Hello darling Sagittarius, and welcome back to the channel. We are back after a pause of almost 1 year. In the next months we are gonna try and transition full-time to this type of activity. But for the moment, we will just change the normal way in which the readings are going. This is the general spread, the general energy, and for the other sections, which would be work, projects, career, and afterwards you have love, you can find the timestamps down the description. So let's start right off with the general energy. What I understood while shuffling your cards and meditating a bit on your energy is that it's almost done. This is what what popped up into my mind while shuffling your cards, that it's almost done. It's almost at the end. So let's hear, what do we have? We have the Four of Cups, Nine of Wands, Two of Swords, 17 the Star, and 9 the Hermit. So whenever I see a two of anything, I usually split the reading into two parts. Okay, so this is also the crowning energy for the month of 19, where there's some sort of a stagnation because you need to decide on a truth of some sort. Normally you should pick from the two options that you have, but given the fact that you have Two of Swords here, I think you need to choose between two opinions, two perspectives. You need to make a judgment call here. When this card shows up, it also means that you have creative differences with another person. There's another tarot deck which features just two swords. One is in the upright and one is facing downwards. Okay, so pointing in two positions that are totally opposite. So you be having this conflict on your inside where a part of you wants to go one way and the other part doesn't want to go that way, not even in a direction that is at least adjacent to the first one. It's completely different. So this would be like 180 degrees sort of a decision. Okay, it's gonna be a plus or a minus type of thing. Okay. I feel you starting off the energy here with the Four of Cups. Now, as you can see, this person is very well centered within himself. He has four cups around him. So I'm thinking for some of you, you have taken a vacation and you had some time to reach this emotional equilibrium inside of you, or you were able to feel again in a long time this this peaceness within oneself. Okay, they also show up in your health. If you release the stress, maybe some symptoms will subside for a bit. Why I say for a bit? Because afterwards I have the Nine of Wands, and here coming from this peaceful, almost silent place, okay, where you find this peaceness within yourself. Maybe you have been on vacation in a more natural place where you... I'm sorry, Sag, camera froze. So as I was saying with the Four of Cups here, we have traveled to this more natural place where you finally felt that overall feeling of silence and peace within oneself. It's a very great idea when you get to these remote places to actually find a way to either dip your toes in the water, check that it's clean, good water for such things, or actually dig some sort of a shallow hole in the ground and cover your feet with the earth. You could do this, I don't know, protecting your legs in some sort of a way. But what I know from experience is that this helps me so much to get grounded. It's like all the energy, all the negative energy is absorbed into the ground and you're filled with fresh new energy. You can feel very vibrant afterwards. But this is not so much long-lived as a sensation, because you will have to come back and face whatever it is that you're feeling on the inside. Now, wands talk about the fire element, and they portray here a Knight of Wands. It's like you being at war with your environment, okay? This person is hiding their heart chakra, where before it was open, and you see this very fruitful belly over here. But now you kind of transform into this energy where you feel like it's you against the world in some manner. May not apply for all of you, but I'm feeling some sort of a bipolar energy here with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands. It's like shifting from total peace to being ready to fight, okay? This is some sort of protection that you're raising here, and you're kind of ready for everything. You're fearing the action that must be taken, and I also can see a lot of communication about this. It's like something needs to be expressed, okay? This is with the Four of Cups, this is a moment of respite. This is a moment of drawing in breath, and here you bounce into this warrior mood where you're ready to fight off whatever it is that is coming. And this person is looking actually towards the right, like the Two of Swords is also looking towards the right. So you fear something that is coming up. You have been expecting this to come in some sort of, in a moment in the past, you were looking towards the future and fearing this moment. And what I think you're fearing here is the Two of Swords. So the Nine of Wands talks about action that must be taken, and here with the Two of Swords, you must take a decision, okay? Because after you take the decision, it's probably the actions will come naturally, okay? But it's this decision in the month of August where there's no going around it, okay? You must face it head on and pick a side, okay? I don't know how. I hope that this moment here has helped you in any shape or form to come a bit prepared towards this moment, okay, where you must take a decision. Most of the times in our life when the most important things happen, we're not so much present in the moment. I'm not talking about this as if it's applicable for everyone. I'm talking for some of us, even me. I sometimes witness, take part in some actions, and afterwards I get the knowledge of it. And I can see that, okay, I could have done better in this situation. But now, after a decision is taken in the month of August, after we pick one side, the left sword or the right sword, okay, we have here in the star card, so this would be like this would be Aquarius. You may not be interacting with an Aquarius, but I feel this Aquarian energy here. Okay, and normally this talks about enlightenment. It talks about receiving messages or inspiration from very far away in the universe or from a parallel reality. But it comes in the reverse. So it's quite the opposite of enlightenment. Exactly what I was telling before, that you sometimes find yourself in the midst of action, taking decisions, but you're not so much present in the moment. Here is that parting ways of two people, where instead of being enlightened and coming together and creating some alternative things that could evolve life here on Earth, here I see a decision to part ways with someone. So there's no illumination coming in the moment. This is not a parting ways, like thanking each other for the experience, drawing conclusions like you need to work on this and I need to work on that, and I wish you the best of luck on your way here. It's not like that. It's quite the opposite. So both people walking away from the situation, not being enlightened, not taking the knowledge from this experience. And it happens to the majority of us to not be able in the moment to grasp the teaching or the lesson. And we use this hermit card here with coming back into the past and analyzing the situation, because he also has this this light here, but it's one that has been generated by himself, and it's very it's fading. When you're in the hermit mode, it's like you're using your conscious mind to meditate, to regress, to analyze the situation. This is applicable in different ways for each and every one of you. But as you can see here, this is being enlightened from higher realms, and this is something that we have in our grasp. Okay, so after the parting of ways with this other person, I think you will use this hermit card to go back and analyze, because here probably it was too much for the both of you to feel it. Okay, so summing up the general reading here, starting the month of this with some sort of a holiday, some sort of an emotional equilibrium, we get straight into what we maybe have been postponing for a lot of time, feeling some sort of a trauma in regards to the situation. It's like this person can already feel the pain or the guilt. Here comes this moment where a choice must be made, and this is the result of it, like zero illumination within the star card. But again, this will be a temporary parting of ways. Why? Because one is, so that's the symbol of eternity. And here you can see this person pouring the two cups, one in the water and one on the earth. But at the end of it, in the underground, water seeks itself out and it gathers in pockets. So maybe in the future you will be reunited with this energy, but at the end of this, you're trying to understand what has really happened here, and maybe add another key of understanding, like the hermit has here around his waist. He has a lot of keys or lenses. They usually pertain to perspectives of how to understand a certain concept. Now, this is how you will be ending the month of August, I think, trying to get more knowledge from this situation. Okay, let's move on to your career section. Okay, so kind of crowded for you, Sagittarius, in your career work section, creative projects, whatever is the endeavor that you're currently pursuing. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about your creativity. Your creativity can be the energy that you express while being at the workplace, or while you're working on your personal projects. Now, a lot of cards popped up, so this is why I say it's kind of crowded, but it gives a clear view on what's happening in your career section or your life path or the activities that you do in general to generate any sort of abundance or sustainability in your life. Okay, now we have 8, the Strength card, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, 15, the Devil, 7 of Swords, 3, the Empress, 6 of Pentacles, and 9, the Hermit over here. You got the Hermit for the second time, so the general energy very well relates to the work environment, okay, your creativity. Having 8, the Strength card, starting off the reading, tells me that you have enough strength within you to handle whatever situation is gonna come your way in the month of August, okay? This is related to Leo. You may be working closely with the Leo, Capricorn, some horned creature here, Aries, Capricorn, or Taurus. Okay, so as I was saying before the camera cut off for the second time, horned creature here, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, and here I think you have a Libra energy. This pertains to your own situation, and you need to see how people will play out these energies. Strength card, very good start to manifest this this upheaval. It's like you're gathering your strength within yourself to finally open your mouth, or actually open some other people's mouth, or close it in a way. It's either gonna be a lot of truth telling, okay, or a lot of silencing. Now the Strength card is placed right next, and it's pointing to the 8 of Pentacles here, which means a lot of hard work. It's again the 8 symbol, so this would be some sort of repetition. And afterwards we have 15, the Devil card. What I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, is that in the month of August you finally get the power, get the guts, get the necessary courage to finally face this in your workspace, in your work environment, in your career, okay? So what I'm feeling here with these cards, it's like the wheel of life. It's more like the wheel of human enslavement through labor, okay? We had a lot of generations go through this, where they have been worked and worked, and as you can see here in this image, it's barely creating like a house over this dog and this squirrel, and they don't have much, a few coins and some nuts here. But I think it's about the general theme that you would have very dark or ill-intended personalities here overseeing this repetition. Okay, so it's not enough to have you doing this hard labor and getting nothing out of it. It needs to span over generations and generations. Now we are all worldwide we are being awakened to this unfairness, where you would have someone just sucking the life force, the life energy out of their employees, putting them in all sorts of situations just to maintain this the repetition. Okay, so the wheel of labor as it is now. In order to evolve, okay, I think our generations have done enough up until now to put in hard work, be the first at your workplace, be productive all the time, do all the things that need to be doing, specialize yourself, gather experience, okay? And at the end of your life, you barely have a bit to take care of yourself and maybe of your significant other or your kids, okay? So for you, on a personal level, I think you will get in touch with this ideology here where the normal mouse race or mouse wheel or the normal race in your workspace will not be able to fulfill you anymore. And I think you feel a bit more revolutionary on the inside. If not for other people's interest, maybe for your own interest. And this is enough, okay? On a evolution level, this would be enough, because if you have this self-example that you need to give in the workspace, I think others will start to think about what you are saying, or maybe yelling, who knows. Because if you deal with this type of authority that wants things as they have always been, and we will keep this throughout the end of time, through generations, we're just going to work in this way, maybe the people around you will take you as an example. Like, if this person can open their mouth, maybe I can do that too. So you're doing enough for your environment, even if you're maybe opening your mouth just for your specific case, okay? The other people will start seeing this in the workplace, where you have one person that is taking all the benefit, all the profit, and indulging in less than ideal ways in this project budget, okay? And you would have the other people just working at it, okay? You would have those I can almost see like the ideal employee, which gives in a lot of work, is very productive, and still, even the best on your team can get less than what they deserve for all that hard work. Now, after the devil, which would be 1 + 5 is 6, now you have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is kind of an escalation here, okay, with the 6 going into a 7, and the 7 of Swords usually talks about some sort of a spiritual trial, okay. There's some sort of like a war going on, but here being in reversed, it's like going through the arguments, having the one-to-one, discussing with everyone, and at the end, it's like no one wins, okay? There's no resolution in regards to this situation. Maybe you're so revolutionary that you want to inspire everyone to change this way of being in a short amount of time, which is very hard, you know, because it's not only about convincing this less than ideal authority that is governing the projects, the budget, or the people, because they're so traditional, okay? This part talks about a Capricorn, okay? Or a person that may be manifesting as a Capricorn. Capricorn likes to it's a cardinal sign, and it likes to start off new things, but it's very traditional and set in their ways. They're exactly the type, so this boss or whoever this person is, they have started their career by doing just this, being a small worker and working their way up the top on the ladder, okay, until they reach this position where they get to decide some things for some people, and they're impacting everyone in this horrible way because they don't see alternative ways of distributing the wealth or the budget towards the team, okay? And you're kind of fed up, or someone in your environment is kind of fed up with this way of working. I mean, okay, I understand that you had your own experience, but if you knew that doing an Eight of Pentacles for like years is exhausting, why put us through the same thing? I mean, we can have better things in a shorter span of time, because there are alternative ways of working. But this person, once they are established here and they know how much hard work they put in, they will hold all the other people up to these standards. If I went through like types of documents until getting here, I expect the same from the people that wish to be here in position with me to do, okay? So you cannot get anything if you're not listening to me and doing this repetitive, maybe redundant work here and there, okay? And we're kind of fed up worldwide as employees. We are fed up of redundant work, of doing so many things that are so similar to one another, but you need to do it in a precise way, in a certain way, because this is how it's been done in the past. No, we need to work smart nowadays. And here, for you, I think you're kind of over the corporational loopholes, okay? Like, you need to dance like this if you want to get paid. No, we're kind of done with that. We're humans, and we ask for more. It's not so much about demonstrating why we should be hired. It's more about convince me that you have great ethics and I can actually grow in your company, rather than the old dogma. Okay, I will convince you to hire me. No, you have quality people all around, okay? There's no actual competition in the end. Or at least the competition at this level would be horrible to see. Now, the Seven of Swords talks about the fact that it won't be any victory in this situation. Not for now, at least, but it's very important. If you know this outcome, it's still important to open your mouth and go through this moment of gathering your forces and actually walking up to these people to tell them what's up, okay? After you realize that there's no way to talk to these people here, no way to change the current situation, here you have freed the Empress. So I think you sort of recognize that if you would put 8 hours a day minimum into something that you like, you're very capable to have your own project, your own product, to have like a small team that's working on this. If you would get the necessary budget or power, you would be much more sharing of. So, camera froze again, so continuing, you would share more of this treasure, of this profit with those that actually contribute to the project. Okay, the Empress is a very fertile person, very creative, giving of herself and all her resources to those around her. It's like this mother energy, okay? So I think you would be very capable to not mother or smother, take care of this aspect in your work life, okay? So don't disable people by offering too much of your energy, because you're gonna end up in the same place as we saw in the general energy with that Nine of Wands. But give so much as to try and manifest into reality this sort of energy, not so much the thing that we have seen or that has been sown into the human experience for ages now, okay? Try and gather your people, help your people, or help yourself, so that you manifest this new paradigm in the workspace or in one's career, okay? At the end of it, I think here, Nine the Hermit, coming back from the general reading, I think you are more than happy to start to analyze new ways of working or relating to your colleagues or your peers, okay? It's like, we already have knowledge about this. Let's try this out and let's analyze it, okay? So you will be looking at all the aspects of how to take care of your team, how to take care of yourself, how to work with better work ethics. Okay, Sagittarius, well, good luck with this. I can only wish the best for you, okay? Even though you might have some troublesome moments, I think that at the end of this you will reach a very sane conclusion and more healthy than what has been before. So, Sagittarius, love section. Let's see. We have on the World card the Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Nine the Hermit, of Swords in the reverse. I don't know what's up with the Hermit coming in all your sections, but apparently you must do some soul searching on yourself and maybe on a general macro level about your life, okay? So you're not only analyzing you as a whole, you're analyzing your work environment and also your love life, okay? Also, it's very strong Libra energy, so I get the feeling that for Virgo, you'll be involved with these energies, or these are manifesting very powerfully in your life, given the fact that we're gonna have Virgo and Libra seasons in August and September. Now, let's see. You want the World card. Now, you want the World card is like a finishing up, being in between a finishing point and the starting point. These are all you have symbols here for all the 4 seasons, the day and night cycle, and this olive branch, which speaks of peace, but it's also encompassing this person. So you think back to the Ouroboros, which is eating its own tail and generating itself again. This would be the cycles of the universe, the cycles of life, day and night. And here, in the midst of all this time that is passing by and it's cyclical, you have a soul, someone's soul. Okay, so this is coming into maturity, finishing up a cycle of life. But with one in the reverse, I think someone should have been finishing a stage of life. If it relates to you, if it relates to your significant other, you must check how this applies to your particular situation. This talk about someone who hasn't finished, I don't know, like a school grade, some sort of a training session, course, some sort of stage of life. Like maybe some of you are coming out of adolescence, some of you are entering a new stage of life, but it's not that beautiful stage where you're in equilibrium with the world around. This is some sort of a completion that is not so favorable, okay? So if you have been trying to convince your partner that it's time to move in together, time to marry, it's time to finish up some sort of a life cycle, I feel that for you or the other, this life cycle has ended, but the person is like still caught up in that. Okay, it's like something keeping them stuck in that past situation, in that past stage. And here I have the Page of Swords. So this person is, you feel them or you manifest as being naive, but the Page of Swords actually says whatever comes to their mouth. So now that the cycle has been ending and there have been some sort of judgment upon them about the way that they have ended the stage, now they open up their mouths and they have like the truth here with them. As you can see, this the sword is not in proportion with this Page of Swords here, but they hold the truth now that it has ended. And in this way, it's like the Page of Swords needs to protect themselves in a way, or excuse themselves, and they're sort of having their back torn towards this Two of Pentacles. Okay, Two of Pentacles, again, whenever I see a two, the reading will be split into two parts. Okay, because Two of Pentacles is some sort of decision that must be taken. You need to choose between two things. Now here with the Pentacles, I think that you need to choose between two things of value. Like, what do you value more? The life that you had before, or the life that you have now? Do you prefer to spend your money on this one thing or on the other thing because you have a fixed amount? This type of decision, or in general choices, bring a lot of stress into our lives. Some people introduce minimalism in their life, so they reduce the amount of energy, okay? Because once you get minimum with the environment that's around you, you won't have so many choices to make, okay? If you have a set number of clothes that you wear, I think you will have like free, I don't know, a limited amount of outfits that you can get, and it reduces the amount of choices that you need to make, so you're conserving some sort of an energy. But the Page of Swords, she's coming from this completion of a stage of a cycle, and they're so young, they're so naive, they talk so much truth that I don't think they're ready to make this decision here. Normally it would be like choosing between two people or two situations, but here I think the two people need to choose between each other. It's like we're either together or we're just not. Okay, so who will win in this situation? Is it going to be the Page of Swords or the Queen of Wands? Sagittarius, I think you be the Queen of Wands here, as this is clear fire energy, and you're a queen, so you've reached some sort of maturity. You show a lot of maturity in your love relationship, or you're compassionate, you're very warm, fiery, very attractive. You're leading by example here, because you take the necessary actions in order to see quick evolution in your life. Okay, but our Page of Swords here, I think they're being overwhelmed in a way. It's like some of you may be discussing moving in together for the first time, or for some of you, maybe you're gonna go off to uni and you're gonna split parts, and now you need to make some sort of a decision about your relationship. Okay, I'm feeling the Queen of Wands a bit fiery here, in the sense that she has close to zero patience with this Page of Swords. It's like, what do you actually need to go through in order for us to be together, in order for you to step into your kingship or queenship, so that we further along our connection? Yes, I'm clearly getting this energy where the other person is like, no matter what happens, there's still going to be a child throughout life. There is something in their past, okay, that they are not able to let go of, even if it ends, even if it dies, even if it is taken away from their life and they're left with mostly nothing, just themselves. They are still unable to move forward or mature in some sort of a sense, that mature in the way that you want them to mature. So they're not there yet. It is over, it's almost over, but this person is not there yet. Okay, and it's either we have enough patience for this person to mature, or we're gonna go the Queen of Wands way. Now the Queen of Wands is here right after the Two of Pentacles, and it's uncomfortable for any type of king or queen to be placed so close to a two. Why? Because a queen or a king type of energy would never, ever, ever accept to be the other choice or the other option, or in general, it's not okay to be the second of something. A Queen of Wands would only accept to be the one. A king would only accept to be the one, okay? And she doesn't like this energy being placed so close to her. And I have here the Hermit again, which talks about seclusion, trying to figure things out on the inside, being this bright light inside of you, okay? If the Hermit is not able to make sense of the outer world, he will always go on the inside. And it's a bit of loner energy for this Queen of Wands, which is not usually. I would see the Queen of Wands being a very social person, but here in this, I think you will go within yourself to actually understand and incorporate these demands that you have on the people around. Is it normal for me to have this expectation on this person? Okay, they have finished something, but are they really ready to step into this beautiful future that I see for us? Is this person mature enough to understand that maybe it's not necessary for me to open my mouth and tell them what they should want at this age, at this stage? There's a lot of analysis that you're doing on the inside, and I think you're kind of reevaluating your expectations towards the other person and giving some sort of a justice on both sides, because you will kind of reach the conclusion that there's nothing wrong with the things that you require in the other person, okay? Money, it could be about money, since we have Two of Pentacles here. This person be unable to sustain your lifestyle in any way, or they're unable to contribute in a financial way. But I think this should be like the last thing that you should take into consideration for your love relationship. Why? Because money can be easily produced. It's not that hard to produce some sort of an income. But the things that you're considering here are other types of requests and expectation that you hold over this person's head, let's say. You want them on their own to feel these things, to evolve, to, I don't know, propose to you, marriage, or moving in together, or taking this relationship to the next step. I don't feel them as being a bad person, but I feel they have some sort of a stunted growth here in the situation, okay? And this sword, it's kind of big, so when you talk with them, they act like they have the ultimate truth. They're not taking into consideration your point of view or your expertise, or yes, let other people have their own experience, but here it's kind of affecting your own experience because it's related to their lifestyle. Okay, their success clearly impacts your success. You're capable to be successful on your own, but this is much more deep, like the success of the relationship or the way in which our kid will develop and so on, depending on your own situation. And here in the background, since this person has won the world card, which talks about an ending, here I think of swords. So this is another type of ending, but with the fall of some sort of an authority. Okay, this is justice overruling human rulership. Okay, so for some of you, I think this page of swords may bring you back memories of someone else that was in your life, but they were not so naive, not so immature or undeveloped. Okay, this have been like your co-ruler at a certain point, but it talks about their ending. Like there was this person that was very capable, very sharp, strong judgment, okay, and that situationship somehow ended in your life, and this here can only bring back those memories where you know how someone met their end together with you because maybe they were too judgmental, too they always wanted to be right, okay, and it's in the reverse here. So this is why I think it's not, this energy or this person is not present in your life at the moment, but it sort of brings back some sort of memories. It's like flashes in front of your eyes, okay? Even if you break up with this person or the trouble continues, I think at the end of this you will get flashbacks from that situation in the past where someone in your life had to go, they had to symbolically or metaphorically die, okay? You had to die, they had to die from you, okay, in order for you to have some sort of peace of mind, okay? And the Hermit here is coming back, okay? So he is backtracking to this Queen of Wands energy in order to bring her clarity, okay? Some sort of a clarity. This is what you're gonna try to grasp for in the month of trying to get some sort of clarity from the situation in the past and understand you in this context with this other person. Are you gonna act out some sort of a maternal figure and wait for this person to develop in whatever the person in the past was? Or you're just gonna take the decision to put yourself first and move on? So, Sagittarius, thank you for your time. If you would like to buy us a coffee, you have our PayPal link in the description. We're trying to gather up money for a new camera because this one is impossible to work with. So take care, and we will see each other in the at the end of this beginning of November for your reading. Take care.